Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to ball pit, shall we? So, I'm just resuming after having saved the game and not played since yesterday, and I didn't do a run, but you'll notice that we can actually harvest again. So, it's time to do that. And you will see that now there's another character down there. Now, I don't get to tell that character what to do. They just follow the first character's instructions, but I will have double the mining power. So what we want to definitely do is get lumber and then also try to get all of this wheat. So let's see what happens if I fire like this. You'll see two characters going, and oof, we almost got everything, but we got 10 wheat and 3 wood. And what this means now is we can go to build, and we can start dropping in these boulders. And the boulders are interesting because they're tiny. So like you could put one right here. But what we want to do is put them, I'm going to just put them right here for now. That's all I can build. And then I'm going to hold right trigger and push A. And I'm going to swap these two over here with... Oh, it won't let me do it. Okay. Let me move this out then. I'm going to move this forest over here for a moment. And I'm going to put these... Actually, I'm going to put them like this. And then I'm going to put this over here. Like this. Good. Yeah, I like that. And then, can I build another forest? I can, and I want it. So we're going to build another forest. And then, that's all of our money. And then what we're going to do is just switch the forest like that. And actually, I think I'm going to do even more. I'm going to switch like this. And you see how I have a forest here and a forest here? What I want to do is actually put right by the forest, I'm going to put these boulders so that they're not guaranteed, but there's a very high likelihood that they will hit like this. If we fire in this direction, we'll get the boulders, we'll get the rocks. And then I'll put this over here, and we can actually start moving this over a bit and put that wheat right there. Okay, that looks really nice, and we're ready to harvest again, but we need to actually go play. So let's try the itchy finger, and we're going to do the boneyard. There's still, as you can see here, 8 undiscovered blueprints. You can see your tracks of like your times and your records of your friends' times, things like that. And if I go down here, I need to collect 1 more gear to unlock the next level. And we get a gear by beating this level with a new character, namely the Itchy Finger. Now, the Itchy Finger fires faster than the warrior, has a different stat distribution. You're going to see that they're focused more on leadership because the Itchy Finger is more about the baby balls, and they fire them way faster, but they don't, their aim is like scattered, kind of like a shotgun. So it says he has scattered aim but shoots twice as fast and constantly launches balls if any are available. Can move at full speed while shooting. So you're going to be faster moving around, and you're going to shoot faster. So I think for me, this character felt stronger than the warrior just because things get insane. So what you want to do, at least what I like to do with this character, is really, really look for power-ups when we level up. That you see how our leadership went up, and leadership dictates baby ball count and damage. We're looking for things that boost baby balls. So this is a dark ball, this is a crown of thorns, and this is a stone effigy. None of these really do that. I'm actually going to push Y and re-roll. And I can get an earthquake ball, or I can get an upturned hatchet, or I can level up my fireball. I'm going to go ahead and get the earthquake. That's fine. But when you get more comfortable knowing what you're looking for, you could start spending that gold to re-roll. Now, if you're trying to get gold and you want to save up, oh, I got hit, I was too close, then don't do that. But so intelligence is all about AoE power, and status effect. So it's like both our burn and the earthquake are getting benefited from that. And here we can increase area effect damage. But I love this pressure valve. It makes enemies explode on death. And it's just really nice. Now, the next time I want to reroll, you see how it progressively costs more. So you'll see that when enemies, when I'm killing enemies, they're blowing up and they're just doing damage to whatever's next to them. And it just helps give you a little boost of damage, and it's phenomenal when the enemies are tightly packed. Leadership goes up, more tiny balls. So we want things like the short bow to increase our fire rate even further. And we'll go ahead and take this and see if we can level anything up. Okay, good. We got the earthquake ball and we got our short bow up. So you notice that the screen is pretty crazy with baby balls because our leadership is higher than it was with the warrior, meaning we have just more of them. But we'd love to get even more stuff to synergize with that for our build. Okay, intelligence goes up. Good. Of these, I'm going to take the iron ball. So it's slow, which is not great, but it does a lot of damage. And I just want to make sure that I have more stuff. Leveling up my balls is not something at this stage that I'm like over the moon about. But now you can see that our short bow is fully leveled up. Our earthquake ball is fully leveled up. So we do want to level up at this point to try to get some evolutions and fusions going. But you could just see the AoE damage from the explosions of the enemies from the pressure valve. It's great. Okay, leadership. Excellent. All right. So you see how the wind ball, you could see it right there for the Inferno. If you've unlocked a evolution, it'll tell you, and it kind of gives you a hint, like, hey, you should pick this because you can evolve it. And that can guide you. And I like that, and that seems fine. Alright. Looks like we're leveling up. Okay, great. Pressure valve, level up, more damage when they explode. And the explosion, I believe, is AoE damage, which is benefited by our intelligence, which does raise up with this character. Alright, we got a little bit more hit points. I'm going to go ahead and just level up the pressure valve all the way to full to do more damage when they explode. Instead of taking any of those other passives, this is fine. And that way we can see if there's any evolution. And now, we've got a little bit of a mini-boss here. So I'm just going to kind of shoot in the back and just blow these guys up. To do pressure valve damage, earthquake damage, all kinds of damage. Okay, speed up. I will upgrade my iron ball to full. We level up again. And I will upgrade my burn all the way up. And this way, when we defeat this guy, we may get a evolution chance. And we did, which, because we have 3 balls at level 3, there's a very good possibility that we get something fantastic here, but I want to level up one more time. Increase area of effect damage, such as earthquake, laser, and lightning by 20%. That's really good for us. So I'll take it, and then I'm going to get this. So we've got a blueprint for our base, which is the Gunsmith. And this is how you start improving your characters. You see, this one gives you +1 dexterity, which affects fire rate, reload time, and critical hit chance for all characters. So we build this, and now everybody just gets a buff. And so you start just building, and making all your characters stronger. There's 2 evolutions available, and there's 2 new ones. You see this one right here that looks like a bomb? I actually kind of want to try this because I have the AoE boost from the magic staff. So let's see what this is. It looks like it's going to blow up. Explodes when hitting an enemy, dealing damage to nearby enemies, and it has a cooldown. But that's really powerful. That's a lot of damage. So you're going to see it just blow up every once in a while, which is tremendous for us. Now I'm going to try to level up before I pick up that evolution. There we go. And I actually want another burn ball. And I don't have anything high enough. But look at that. We leveled up our bomb, our magic staff, and our wind ball. That is just fantastic. A lot of money. We could start re-rolling now. Again, if we'd like. But it's the way of the game. Like, I really had a particular build that I wanted to do that works with this character up in my mind at the start, but because we didn't get those opportunities, then we just kind of had to pivot, and we're just doing this more like AoE heavy build, and it's fine. There we go. I wanted to level up before I picked this up. There we go. So, balls to hit flaming enemies, light on fire. That's really good. Fleetfoot is also really good, but I'm going to level up wind and just pick this up. And we do have an evolution, which we haven't seen before, so let's get it, which is a fully powered wind ball and an earthquake ball. And we get the Sandstorm. So, it goes through enemies and is surrounded by a raging storm. So I'm thinking that counts as AoE. I'm hoping. Considering, you know, what our character is kind of excelling at this point. But you can see the enemies are blowing up. We're doing a sandstorm. We're launching a bomb. We just have all sorts of awesome AoE that we're doing. And again, before I pick that up, let me try to level up one more time. There we go. Do I want another iron ball? I'm actually going to level up the magic staff and see if I can get an evolution out of it. Probably not, but let's see. Okay, no. That was awesome. So we just got a ton stronger. So the sandstorm is just going through the enemies, just doing AoE everywhere. The bomb is happening. And it blows up, and then the enemies blow up. Alright, so now I have to actually focus a little bit on this guy. Dexterity up. I don't think I need this. So we blind them, which means I think they can't attack us. I'll go ahead and level up that. That's fine. So we're going to take some damage here from this guy, unless we can kill him. Okay, so that was really close. Almost died. And we have a fusion available, which is going to be the bomb and the sandstorm. Let's do it. This is ridiculous. So, it does all the things. Area effect damage from bomb also inflicts status effects from Sandstorm. Amazing. Our strength went up. And here we go. Slingshot is what we want. So this gives you more baby balls, which is what we definitely want. The bottled tornado helps if you catch them, but I want the slingshot, and now we're just going to have a bunch of baby balls everywhere. Ouch! We do need to make sure, though, that we're actually clearing some of these enemies out. It's getting harder. Okay, yeah, we got to make sure that we get this bottom row done. Lightning is great with our AoE. So I'll take it. I don't think we're going to win. I really like this character, but it's a little bit flimsy, and you could see that we eventually just ran out of damage, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. We level up, so we get more endurance, leadership, and intelligence, and we got a new blueprint. So this is just the way of it. You don't clear it every time. And sometimes, you know, with the randomness, and as you're exploring and learning, the build that you get just isn't quite there. Like, what were we missing, you know? It was interesting. I did want more baby balls, but we did fine for our first experience there, and you just have to level up these characters sometimes to get through. All right, let's go ahead and build. And you can see that we now have the Gunsmith, and we need a bunch of wheat, and we need stone. So, what I'm going to do is harvest, and I'm just going to point us like right about here, and then we should be able to get all the stone and come back through, and we got, well, a ton of everything except for 4 stone. But we can build the Gunsmith, and we can almost build the cozy home to get another character, but we need a little bit more lumber. So I'm going to build a Gunsmith. I'm going to show you this. If I build this right here, it's not finished. The first structure that unlocks the characters is done when you place it, but this is not done. It says scaffold place. Send workers to bounce on the scaffold to complete the building. So you can always tell, I'll zoom in and show you, if the scaffold is up, because you'll see like the kind of white tarps and, you know, well, just incomplete nature of it with the ghosted architecture underneath. And this means that you need to actually hit it with the pinballs, like when you're gathering resources, to finish it. So what we want to do is take this thing, and we want to go to rearrange mode, and just kind of put this in a good position where it will get hit a whole bunch. And so I'm going to put it right here. So we will launch it, and it will get hit, and then they'll bounce off the forest and come back through and get it. I'm going to put this over here, and then just put these in here too. And then anything else that we want to build, we need more wood. So let's build more forests. And I will build one more. And that's all I can build, but that's okay. And then we're going to go back here, and we're just going to rearrange and swamp like that. And then swamp like this. Move this over, put this here. Perfect. So we're getting to the point where, you know, we now have a building that we're working at. Our base area is getting larger, and you can see that we have a 3rd level warrior and a 2nd level itchy finger, we want to clear with the itchy finger to get the gear and continue leveling it up. And we'll do that next time and try again and see if we can get a better run going. Everyone, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. I'll check you next time. Take care.